It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and there's no love lost between these AFC South foes. It's the Jags and the Colts. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here. The Jags defense ready to go here in the Sunday night opener to this new season. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And one of the notes that I write down continuously when I watch him on tape, just how tough and physical he is, whether he's playing the run or playing the pass downfield. In a lot of ways, in run support, he's like an extra linebacker.
And Richardson will throw to start out here. And his first pass is incomplete. So this, a great matchup here in Indy. You get a divisional game right out of the gate. But Charles, what do you see in store for these two teams in 2023?
Indianapolis trying to get themselves reestablished as a playoff team, but they've kind of hit the reset button a little bit. While Jacksonville, coming off of a big finish in 2022, they believe they're the team to beat.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Richardson. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. But there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They lead 7-0, trying to put a stop together here as this drive starts with a first down.
Let's go now.
They'll run with the former Bill, Zach Moss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Play action. Now Richardson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. And they're playing with a lead here in this first quarter as this drive gets underway.
Here we go. Here we go. Alert. Alert. Unlock right. Unlock
They'll
right.
start on the ground with Moss. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Pass the 60. Pass the 60.
Second down, here's Richardson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Trayvon Walker, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play call.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. As they've got it with a third down and long coming up. Richardson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They've had the upper hand so far in this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this first down. First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that's going to bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On second down, here's a run with Moss. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
A short throw pulled in by Woods. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. Another completion there, and we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of...
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They're in a somewhat unenviable position here to start the drive with the ball already up near midfield. On first down, Richardson. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Jags are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him.
The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They've looked good so far. This whole team has, for that matter, in the midst of a big first half. As this next drive begins, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throwing again, it's Richardson on 2nd down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Trayvon Walker in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. In motion right is Pittman. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium. Houston on the road, taking on Baltimore. And just a field goal separating these two sides as they've gone to halftime. Robert Woods, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Kirk Cousins has fired 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. The Falcons trying to hold on and claim victory.
The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They've got this offense backed up to start out. The line of scrimmage, the 5-yard line as we begin 1st and 10. Now Richardson from near his goal line. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. 11 yards for number 11. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
They'll run on first down with Moss. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Here's Richardson to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic. The Jacksonville defense back onto the field. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable 3rd quarter lead as this next drive begins, 1st and 10.
Ready? Ready?
On 1st down, they'll start out with Moss, and he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Jags defense back on the field for this next possession. They've pitched the shutout here into the 4th quarter. Been sensational. The question, can they finish it off? They'll need to come up with another stop here.
Ready?
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Richardson now on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll find Pittman. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the 1st with a very effective stiff arm. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Richardson. And going right back to Pittman. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's...
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Josh Allen in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. 4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Jacksonville, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.
Welcome to Maddencast, and it's the start of a new season, and Fred is pumped for his boy Cap. He had a great rookie debut.
That's right, RC. My favorite rookie. Didn't take long to prove that he is an impact player.
Prove what? It was one game. I had a good game every now and again.
Just say you were impressed by what Cap did today.
Today, it was good. I was impressed today, but I'm not ready to send him to Canton.
Come on, I'm not saying that.
You don't have to send him to Canton, but he did have an excellent debut. For more on Cap down the road, tune in to Maddencast.
Way to come through, fellas. Let's get it.